is the free CU3 update for Steam, Switch, and very soon PS5 is finally here. It puts you on par with Apple Arcade, and it coincides with the 2.7 and 2.8 update there. So I'm going to tell you everything that is new in CU3. I will go into more details of a few things that I did not flush out in my previous videos for 2.7 and 2.8, but for the rest, I will put the past me that told people for Apple Arcade what was new in 2.7 and 2.8, because it was all fresh and I don't remember everything, and I guess it's best for you. So here we go. So something super cool now for the events. Starting from now, you won't have to go in My Melody's shop and Tuxedo shop for the past event furniture and clothing. You will find all of them in the event stand on different tabs. So that means that from day one you have access to all the past furnitures and all the past clothing, and you don't have to wait for seeing which one is on rotation and be afraid of missing one. So that's super cool. In 2.8, there's a super long quest lines with lures and fishing derby, and it is with Batsmaru, and so usually the quests are 1 or 2 days, sometimes 3 days. These are multiple, like tens of days. And don't be afraid, there will be days without new quest on this, and then 2 days, 3 days after there will be a new quest, so don't worry. And it will result in a whole new thing about fishing. First of all, you'll be able to find fishing almanacs all around. They look like comic books, but inside they will tell you what lure or what bait you should use to catch what fish. And then when you go to the fish item in your inventory, you will also see that information. That's a bit sad that we don't see when or where you can find this fish, so you still have to rely on the wiki for that information, but still you'll have that info about the lure or the bait, and the bait could be food or anything. And so if you progress, eventually you'll be able to craft lures and also be able to attract the fish, and it will just go faster and more chances of catching this fish that you want when there's several in the water. And the fishing derby itself is a sign that is next to Batsmaru's comic and bait shop. Finally, the bait shop, hopefully. And it's a mechanic that each week you'll have a new past event furniture there, and you will need to exchange a ton of fish to get this particular item. So that means that for people who don't play multiplayer, or even for people who do but have not had luck with Karopi and the items that he can exchange you for the bead, that's a way that will help you get the past event furniture to get some visitors that require something that you might not have participated in. There's also a several day quest with Kuromi and My Melody that unlocks another mechanic, that is the treasure hunt. So after a quest line that is about 5 days, you unlock this new sign that is on the beach on the left of the spooky swamp, and you can go there and talk to the gnoll, and on the sign you'll see every 3 days you'll have one of Kuromi furniture and then one of My Melody furniture. You need to go through all Kuromi's furniture and then you'll have all My Melody's furniture, and every 3 days you'll have a cool prize, and the other days you'll have some other random prize. So don't forget to go check it out, and once you get it through the quest, you will find this item in your My Melody store in the following days at random like usual. And so you can just go try to find it yourself and see the magnifying glass on your map, but it's so hard because the map is so big. So you can also pay 50 items to the gnoll in exchange of a hint, like that would be a big area on your map where you can use your detector that you've been using for finding the crystals back in the days when you started the game. Use that and it will beep faster when you're closer to the chest, and you'll be able to dig for the chest. There's also new things with the flowers. First of all, they added tons of new possible patterns on most of the flowers, so like now most of the flowers can get most of the patterns. And the other cool thing that was totally not visible, and I completely did not even notice when it came out on Apple Arcade, is that you can now long press on the planting thing to to do the patch action also for the planting, and it only works when you have enough of the same flower to plant in the whole patch. If you do not have enough, it will let you know, and of course it will only plant the same flower on the full patch. If a flower is getting their pattern while you are fertilizing, instead of having to wait until the flower blooms to notice it, you have now a twirling thingy with the flowers on top of the specific flowers, so you just know that this flower got a new pattern right when you're fertilized. So now let's go to past me to tell you all about the things that we learned in the past for Avalocade that you will just discover now in CU3. We have a new visitor for Retsuko, that is Tsunoda, and she's a traveling visitor, and when she's here you will have a quest with her apparently. We have now 3 new visitors, and they are the OTM girls, that are the girls band that Retsuko was playing in if you watch the Retsuko Netflix series. So this is Manaka, Migi and Hidarin, and both Migi and Midarin need Manaka to be resident. Now you can call visitors and not only friends. So if you want Milk, if you want Nina, if you want Mimi to come with you, you can. So there's another tab in the call button, and you can call any of the visitors, I guess only if they are a resident. And with this you will have the main character that will come. So if it's a cinnamon roll friend, cinnamon roll will come with you. If it's Pom Pom Pudding's Papa or Mama, Pom Pom Pudding will come also with you. And yeah, you can hang out and take photos and go around with the visitors. I don't think they do have some abilities, but it's just fun to walk around with super cool other visitors. There's a quest with the Loromanic, which are Berry and Sherry. Actually, it's cinnamon roll backwards. And if you have them both as resident, that's, I think, the second quest with them. And they have a secret lair. And I won't tell you more, but it's super cool. So you want to get them as resident. I think they will only come in the fall. Then this update has tons of quality of life updates. First of all, you'll have some tabs that will help you pick what you want faster in the crafting bench, when gifting characters, and also in the new event stand. Then also you have this new thing that is a blue dot to tell you when something is new and that you have not had it in your inventory yet. You have now a fast travel to your cabin. That is the first thing on the map. I'm not sure it's the best thing to put here on the map because I never go to my cabin that often, and I go to the seaside resort more often, but that's fine. At least we have now to our cabin. I also picked my cabin that was close to another fast travel for this, so maybe I can change cabins now? I don't know. Also, you can now see all the Gudetamas again. By default they will be on, and so when you get super close you'll see a check mark if you have seen it, and once you have seen all the 52 Top Hats Gudetamas you'll also start seeing them in the wild. But this is something that you can toggle off in the menu of options if that annoys you as much as it did me. So you can get rid of all the Gudetamas on the map again, but if you want to see them again just because they're fun, there you go. Another quality of life update is when you actually cook or craft, instead of showing you the item and then closing the menu, now the menu reopens, because apparently we often want to do several things in the same interface rather than just one and having to click again. So that's really cool. And you can now also hold A to skip the animation in the cooking, crafting, whatever, and this is also something that is toggleable in the menu. And we have tons of new quests. We have one with My Sweet Piano, where you unlock having miniature versions or alternate versions of some of the cooking stations, and those will be dyeable in the furniture customization thing. I'm wondering why we could not dye the original station, like the big one that we made. There's the best friend quest with Retsuko, where she starts a band and she has tons of scene and music and the stage furniture that she gives to you and that you can customize. And there's the best friend quest with big challenges, and he shows us a lot of different cool outfits that he has. And the super cool thing is that you receive them all after. And the second super cool thing is that they start showing up in Tuxedo Sam's store after. At least I had the glasses, like the triangle glasses, on the second day in Tuxedo Sam's shop, so I hope that we will also maybe get the crown or the flower crown or something like that. That will be so cool. There are 9 new conches, and that means that now everybody except Usahana on CD Down will have a conch. This is like a big shell that you find somewhere, and then you have some riddle, and also the colors of the thing will give you hints on who you can give it to, and that's a fun new thing to do. I will have a special video just for the location of all the new conches. There's a post in the known issues channel on the official Discord, and that was said all like the quests that were bugs or things like that that has been changed. I will not read everything here, but you can pause the video and look at the specific things if you were stuck in something. The map is now not really top down, but it's all 3D and it's gorgeous. Look at all the different places. It's really, really beautiful. There are the best friend quests with My Melody and Cinema Roll. My Melody will give you 4 of her furniture, and they're super pretty, and a ton of new strawberry crates. So if you were struggling to get more, do this quest. And Cinema Roll has the cutest outfits. OMG, this is adorable. He looks adorable in all those 5 outfits. My favorite one is the Prince one and the Lolita OG one. You of course get those for yourself, so this is so exciting. Unfortunately we cannot dye them, but so pretty. There's a new avatar species. We can now become a rodent. So there's several mouses, chipmunks, and hamsters. I was able to win some moonbeams in the Rockadoodler minigame because I saw it on the banner. I have looked at all the other banners and I have not seen moonbeam on it. It does not mean that it's not possible, just maybe look for it if you can, but it is a very cool new way of getting moonbeam. There's also new quality of life updates. There's a new icon for the backpack. You can now pick how many boxes you want to open from the character boxes. Instead of just 1 or all the stack, you can now pick if you want to do 3 or 20 or whatever. The best thing is that we can now see over 999, so sometimes you have 10,000 of something or 1,002 of something, so now you know. That's very cool. There's also a very strange wand icon that I did not have when I used the controller, but now I do have when my controller is disconnected and just using the touch. So I know that on Switch, Steam and PS5 you only get updates quarterly, and that means it's tons of things at the same time. So I made a whole playlist of everything that will be in CU3, and at the same time we are also getting the DLC, and that's the Wheatflower Wonderland. So if you decided to get that, I also made videos about what to expect and all the guides, and I made a full playlist for the Wheatflower Wonderland over there. See you there, and remember, everybody can play cozy. Bye bye!